Good
Hey,
morning.
hey.
Happy Saturday. Good morning, Miss Sante.
Good morning, Elle, and good
Hey,
morning to
good
all
morning after.
y'all. Right.
Happy belated anniversary, guys. We are so sorry
Mhm.
about the technical difficulties today. We were going to have the amazing holistic counselor, detox specialist, and herbalist Tim King on the show today. But Mercury is in retrograde, as my sister Sante said, and the technical difficulties, we just could not bring him through the stream onto the show. So, what we're going to end up doing is bringing him on. This is actually pushing us, right? It pushed us in to do something different. We're going to actually be doing a podcast inside of the studio, and we're going to bring Tim on for that in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I'm sorry, sis. What do you want to say?
I was just gonna first just thank y'all. We recognize that there were folks actually looking for us this morning. And so
Yes.
that is just a testament to how much y'all are rocking with us, how important that consistency is for us to show up. And that I don't know for you, Elle, but for me, that definitely revives me when I know folks are excited.
Yep.
They're looking for us to join. They're waiting for us. They're coming to get this spiritual food.
Yes.
I just appreciate y'all for rocking with us on your Saturday morning. You could have been
Done
anywhere
anything.
else.
Yes.
You could have still been in your bed. You could
Yes.
have been out shopping and having a good day someplace else. But the fact that you want to start your day, your Saturday with us means a lot to us. So thank y'all so much for rocking with us, for staying with us, for looking for us. And we
Yes.
hope that you can be patient with us as we were talking before we got live. The Mercury is retrograding for real today.
Yes.
But it will not stop us. We are going to push forward and we will get that important information and guidance from Tim King. That just means what I was telling Elle, like, it meant I was supposed to do this in person so I can absorb
Yes.
all of this knowledge, all of
Yes.
it into my spirit. So we do want to still share some things to hype y'all up for when
Yep.
we do have that sit down with him. That will be coming soon. We will announce that. And we just couldn't walk away from the day without checking in with y'all. So we hope
Yes.
that you all are still with us. And I'm going to let Elle talk about the snippet that we're about to show and how
Yes.
it hopefully gets you all excited for knowing more about Tim King.
So, guys, if you don't know who Tim King is, he is, like I said, holistic counselor. He is a detox specialist and an herbalist. Tim is, for the past 2 years, he has dedicated his time to teaching the community about better ways to eat, how to change your diet, and how to understand that your diet affects everything. So the snippet that we're about to play is one of his tip. He has a tip of the day, and he's amazing. He does this at least 2 or 3 times a day. He shares his information, recipes, all kind of stuff. So we just want to give you guys a snippet of what Tim does.
Tip of the day. I'm going to give you 3 important reasons why healthy food consumption is important for the human anatomy. We eat for 3 reasons. We eat for nutrition, we eat for energy, and we eat for elimination. And this is also part of the 4 pillars to life: digestion, absorption, utilization, and elimination. You cannot eliminate anything in the body that has not been utilized. You cannot utilize anything in the body that has not been absorbed. You cannot absorb anything in the body that has not went through your digestive tract. So always remember, digestion starts from the mouth, not in the stomach. That's why the mouth has salivary glands. These salivary glands produce amylase and trypsin. These are alkaline digestive enzymes that helps you break down your food. So it's very important for you to chew your food properly as well. And you have a lot of people in this country right now that's dealing with one of these 4 processes. Either they're having digestive problems, or either their phytonutrients and minerals are not being utilized or absorbed properly, or they're having elimination problems. And if you're having any one of these issues, this is how diseases start and manifest in the body. So always remember to chew your food properly, and the best way to eliminate disease and cancerous cells out of the body is to start on a plant-based fruit lifestyle. Y'all take care. Y'all be healthy out there.
All
Now,
right.
y'all,
Yes.
okay, you know,
Look, I can't wait. Like I
yes,
have so
right?
many questions.
Yes,
As I was sharing with you, this was probably a very exciting show for me because I have been in this space as I'm approaching 40's door. Like I'm literally about to walk through it. Right.
Knocking on it. But you look 30, girl. You look 30.
Listen, 30, I say 25.
Oh, excuse me, baby. Excuse me.
I'm
25.
25 plus rush delivery, but
Oh,
there we go.
I know that's right.
But I've been just really feeling this spiritual shift within myself.
Yeah.
Um, to take that journey to really start to let go of some of these things and seeing a better me, feeling a better me as I'm walking into probably the best spiritual uh, place I've been in my
Yeah.
entire life. And so, as I'm getting closer to that spirituality, as I'm working more on my healing journey inside and out, I felt this shift like I'm missing a piece, I'm missing a component. And what is it? Right. And
Mhm.
then we were talking about having Tim King come here today. So I was
Right.
like super excited to sit and talk with him because there were questions that I'm sure many folks out there are asking themselves as they're maybe feeling that same intense shift in their journeys. And
Yeah.
you talked about having that shift yourself, sis. So
Yeah.
let's just get the folks a little bit hyped about when we do get to sit down with Tim King. Talk about your journey with
Yeah.
that spiritual shift and how Tim has impacted that for you, how he has helped
Yes.
change that.
So first, I met Tim through our lovely mutual friend Natalie Battles Reed, who we had on the show
Shout
last
out to
month.
Nat.
Shout out to Natalie. She invited me. She heard my story, what I was going through. She invited me to a health panel that Tim was actually on, and I wanted to like talk to Tim before I actually met him in person because I was going through, like you say, my spiritual journey, which was enlightening me to change my diet, to really look at my health issues and figure out, how can I help myself? And when she told me about Tim, I'm like, I know he don't know me from nowhere, but I'm gonna DM him, right?
Mhm.
And I was just like, well, maybe he'll respond, maybe he won't. This guy was such a sweetheart. He texted me right back, gave me great advice, like, this is what you need to cut out, you need to stop doing this, you need to stop doing that. And I took all of the advice that he gave me. He gave me recipes, and I had such a connection with him before I even met him that he's actually one of our features for the magazine that's coming out this month. And I was like, I just really want people to hear about, what you're doing for the community, because he has this way of talking to you where he's not judging what you do. He's not telling you that if you don't turn into plant-based that, I'm not going to deal with you. He just lays out the information and tells you facts, not feelings. He gives you actual facts on what the body does, how we break down food, how it affects our cells, what kind of, food we should be eating, what kind of food we shouldn't be eating. And I started to incorporate, my husband actually started because he got diagnosed with diabetes. And so I was telling Tim how my husband had cured himself of diabetes simply by changing his diet, cutting out meat, nothing but fruits and vegetables, nice, lots of water, and he no longer has diabetes. So Tim shared with me his story, about his father and how he helped his dad, change his diabetic diagnosis. And also, I'm not going to share too much of Tim's short story. I want him to people to really hear his story, but he was able to cure himself as well. So in meeting Tim, and just getting to know him, he's really helped me. Like I was just telling you guys, I no longer eat meat. Only thing I really eat is salmon and occasionally shrimp. I do love shrimp. Help me. But I cut out a lot. I don't eat chicken. I don't eat pork. I don't eat beef. I don't eat turkey. And he helped me with that. And it's been over 6 months now, almost 6 months. And I don't miss it because Tim actually showed me, hey, there's vegetables that you can use that, it's the same consistency of chicken, and you don't miss it. And I honestly, I thought I'm like, he's joking. There is no way a portobello mushroom is going to taste like chicken to me.
Okay, sis. So this is probably where I struggle the most with making
Hmm.
that transition. I hate mushrooms. I've tried.
I
I've
hated them
tried.
too.
No,
I
no,
hated
no.
them too.
I
But
think
baby,
it's something
the
up there
way Tim
with
give you a recipe, when Tim give you a recipe for a mushroom portobello mushroom sandwich, I tore that thing up. My kids ate it in less than 5 minutes.
okay. I want to
I'm
believe
telling you,
you, but I'm hoping if he can make a believer out of me,
he will.
then that he must be a Jedi, because
He is.
it's something about mushrooms. To me, y'all gonna yell at me. Don't hate me, y'all. But I literally call them earth boogers. I'm like, I do not want.
You
I don't
call
want
him what?
earth boogers. I
I'm
do
done.
not want them. I
I'm,
don't.
I'm done. I ain't never in my 47 years heard no earth booger.
That's
But
what I
okay,
call
girl.
him.
Tim,
It
you got
drives
your
me
work cut
mad
out
when
for you, babe.
he got his work
You
cut
got
out
win
with me
over.
for the mushrooms. Now he can probably sell me on so many things because I'm kind of already there in a lot of ways. I was that
Mm-hmm.
kid that loved beans and vegetables. Like my parents did
I
not
was
have to, they didn't have to fight with me to eat my vegetables and eat my beans. Like I could, to this day, if I see a pot of beans, I'm going in because I just love veggies,
It'll be easy
love
for you
beans.
then. It'll
So
be
it
easier
that
for
I
you.
already have the foundation, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know about y'all. I do have a real strong connection and addiction to the yard bird, to that chicken and that lemon pepper. And one of my good
Woo!
friends has a chicken shack, has a chicken restaurant. Shout out to Trev. He has a franchise chicken shop. And when I say the way he fries chicken, I feel like I got a
Are
real
you tempting
addiction.
me? No, I'm just
I'm
playing.
trying not to, right?
No,
But
I'm teasing.
he throws down on the chicken. And then his mild sauce, and he puts it all on. You know, I grew up on mild sauce. Like if you
Yep,
in the
me
city,
too.
you know mild sauce is a very important part of Chicago culture, right? So
Yep.
I am going to struggle with letting go of chicken. And then for y'all folks that hate pork, please forgive me. I'm gonna struggle with bacon. I
Ooh,
am
this
going to
this is gonna
have.
be a good
I
baby. This
need
is gonna
some
be a good
help.
show.
I genuinely need some help. So I was so excited, and I have some amazing questions for Tim when we
Yeah,
talk, because these are also questions that come up in conversation when I'm talking to other people that are similar in that sense of wanting to
yeah.
make that shift but struggling with how to let go of certain things. Because for us, for Black folks especially, we have such a deep rooted connection to food.
To
Like,
food,
you
yes.
know, we got soul food, you know, I need some of that smoked turkey up in my greens and my collards. It gives it flavor. Like,
Yeah.
how am I going to get away from that, right? And because it's so deep rooted in our DNA, in our culture, in our history, we have to kind of like get past that obstacle, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a real big struggle for me, but
Mm-hmm.
it's one that I want to take. It's something that
Yeah.
as I get older and older, as I'm looking at my children, when you start thinking about those health issues, I've struggled with borderline diabetes myself,
Mm-hmm.
at times, and when how I've stopped from having to go on medication is when I've committed to making those shifts. So everything that he's saying is correct, it's true. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I am proof in a lot of ways. But I
Yeah.
think also dealing with that emotional connection that we have with food.
Comfort.
Yeah, it's comfort.
Mhm.
It's just it's so much, like we think about sitting with family.
Yes.
One thing I've noticed, because I have a lot of vegan family members, like they have to go everywhere with food, because when you go into family functions, like they forget about the vegans. Like
Yes. Yes.
to be
Yep.
all about them, and you know, you there's a lot of pressure for that. I have picky eaters at home, so I'm already a short order cook, so I'm like, man, I don't want to add another cooking
It's and
machine,
it's yeah, I
you
hear you
know.
because it is extra work. I'm not going to say that it's not because, some of the recipes that Tim has shared with me for making sure the family has different options. I would still cook, like my boys are older, they're teenagers, so they cook for themselves, but I would stop buying certain things because I'm like, I know that that's not good for them, but they would be
Mhm.
begging me for chicken and stuff. So I said, you know what? I don't want to force it on them. And Tim was like, no, don't do that, just give them other options.
Yeah.
So what I would do, they would cook their little stuff with their chicken or whatever. And then I'd make a big pot of chickpea vegetable soup with dill and mushrooms and all kind of different vegetables. And I would just say, you guys can try it if you want it. And 9 times out of 10, well, actually 10 out of 10, they loved it.
Mm.
They loved it. I made pulled pork out of oyster mushrooms. When I tell you, you cannot tell the difference. I'm serious. I'm gonna make it for you. I'm going to make it for you. I'm gonna bring it to the studio when we have Tim on air because I need him to taste the food that he helped me learn how to cook. So I'm going to bring it and we're gonna eat some on air. And you're gonna, I want to see your face. I want to see your face. You're gonna
We
be
don't
like,
have
this
to.
is good.
It might work. Let me give you some tips to help me kind of get over that. Okay. I'm gonna need a blackout blindfold. I'm going to need a new tongue.
Oh my gosh, you're so
Because
dramatic.
the consistency of it, I'm telling you, it's
You
something
can't
that
tell the
happens with
difference.
me with mushrooms where I'm just like, oh, it's not just.
Oyster mushrooms have the consistency of chicken. So you really can, it's like shredded. It looks just, I promise you, we can go 10 minutes talking about this. I ain't gonna do it. I'm just gonna show you. Me and Tim
Okay,
gonna show
I,
it to
I
you.
commit. I commit to trying it.
And I will give you a blindfold.
Okay, nope. I'm gonna be a big girl. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna
I'm
be a
gonna hook the whole studio
and
up,
I'm gonna
baby.
come and I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna look at what I'm eating, and I'm gonna come with an open mind because
Open mind,
you
yes.
are really on that journey and you say you about it, you have to actually be about it. And I'm ready
Yes.
to be about it. So I'm gonna try and unlearn the earth boogers idea in my mind.
Earth boogers.
I'm gonna work on it.
Girl,
I
I
got
am
some
that
time now. I got some time now. So I'm gonna,
earth
I'm gonna
boogers.
meditate. I'm gonna manifest. And
Yes.
I'm gonna try it with an
Yes.
open heart and with an open mind. And I'll tell you that if you convince me, if you and Tim, if you and Tim actually convert me on earth boogers, I owe y'all something.
Okay. That's a
We'll have,
bet.
we'll have to figure out what the
That's a bet.
yeah.
I'm
I'm
telling you.
gonna yep.
I'm
So, but
telling
I'm
you.
gonna be fair. I'm gonna be
Yes. And if you tell me that it's not good, I know you lying. No, I'm just playing. But so I know we don't have much time because we really were supposed to just talk for a few minutes to get us to let everybody know what's going on. But I did want to talk about too that one of the things that you focus on with your oh we gonna talk is generational not curses. What do you say generational
Yes. So,
curses?
for those of you who don't know, I love doing podcasts. I don't know if it exudes from me when we are here
It
and
does.
family, but I also have an additional podcast called "Oh We Gonna Talk," and
Mm-hmm.
"Oh We Gonna Talk" is about breaking generational trauma
Yes.
and generational
Promise.
curses, and we talk about all the things that we don't talk about in the Black community specifically because there's a lot of pain that we're just kind of brushing over, and then what becomes of us is that becomes a generational curse, which
Right.
has generational trauma, and it ripples through us for centuries, for
Right.
generations, for decades. And if we're gonna heal, we gotta also heal from the source, from
Mm-hmm.
inside. We're focusing on the literacy. We're focusing on eating better. We're focusing on financial literacy. We're focusing on all of these things, but we still not paying enough attention to those generational traumas that
Right.
are following us. And when I started to do my healing work and breaking some of those curses, just seeing how it changes things in my children is a big one. And
Yeah.
one of the generational curses that we have, so we may have to see Tim again, even for Oh We Gonna Talk, is eating
Yes.
and making sure that we're giving our kids enough healthy options. And a lot of that isn't our fault, right? And I think we're going to talk about that when we
Right.
do have Tim on the show, and how it's very easy for us in our communities to eat in an unhealthy manner because
Right.
real healthy food is sometimes unaffordable for us.
Right. And not
And
only that, he talks about the way we eat, it's been generational, right? So he actually
overeating,
correlates, yeah, right. He actually correlates how, how we say, oh, my dad had diabetes, so I got it. My mom had cancer, so I got
Mhm.
he actually tells you facts that is not the case. It
One
is
thing I wanted to point out from his snippet that I
yeah,
think is very interesting, and I love that he brought this up in his tip of the day, is eating. I hope that we could discuss that when we talk with him, just about how we eat on the rush, right? And
mhm,
our whole entire society and culture teaches us to rush through meals. So you're
yes,
not even really eating to digest your food properly. You're eating to just say, I had something for the day.
yep,
And when we start to think about that and how quickly we run through meals, and how that could be affecting us because we're not doing that properly. I can't wait to dive deep into that because
Mm-hmm.
that's a curse in itself, and not just
Absolutely.
specific to the Black community, but just in the culture and
In the
society
culture,
period. Yeah,
exactly.
everything's a rush and a hurry,
Yeah.
and so I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be, we really thought that today was going to be like this informative thing where we were going to try to bless the community and give them so much knowledge, but the Lord has different plans for things,
Oh,
okay?
it still was, sis. You ain't gonna
Yeah.
sell it short. We came, we showed up, and we're
Yeah.
sharing some important information. And
Yes.
just in that snippet, just in that 2 minute clip, I think that he gave us a lot of food
Yeah.
for thought for today. So it's still
It's
hopefully
still, yep.
spiritually and mentally fed folks out there today. But know there's more to come. So
There's
don't
more to
sell us
come.
short though.
Right. And when we do the next one with him, we'll have more um time for, we won't have to worry about technical difficulties and things like that, and it'll be just, the chemistry is going to be off the chain. It's going to be so great because Tim has this way of just making you feel like he's known you his whole life, even with, like, how some people say no new friends. Tim is totally not like, if you need, because I was like, man, can I ask you a question about this? Can I ask you a question? He like, sis, whatever you need. He's not saying, no, reach out to my secretary. Ain't none of that. It's
I love
straight
it.
to it. It's straight to it. And he answers your questions. Even with some of the people, if you look on his Facebook page, you guys can find him at Tim King. I forgot his email just that quick. But it's Tim King. He's on Facebook. Tim King, I think it's 9687 on Facebook.
That's the name too.
But you'll find even on his page where random people will go and comment under his tip of the day videos and asking questions, and he is on it. He just answers their questions. Whatever you need, let me know. And he's so, it's like he has this energy of, I know how to heal my people, so I got to get it out there. I got to get these messages out there. And the funny part is, Tim was not even on social media until like 2 years ago, to COVID. He didn't like the spotlight. He didn't like to be in a, in the forefront like that. But he said that pushed him, being during COVID, pushed him to say, how can I get this information to my people? And social media, he's taken off through that. Just videos, tip of the day videos, recipe videos, workout videos. And he's just a great person to have, in your circle. So this
I
is,
want to say, I want to say a couple things before we head out, and these
yeah.
can be my final thoughts. So I'm just not rambling on, right? First off, I would really love for us to unlearn the idea of no new friends. Instead, I think we
Mhm.
should have new quality friends. And I think that
Yes.
that's really the issue, is that you should absolutely open yourself up to having new friends.
Yeah.
I just think about how my life has shifted in the past 3 years, in the past few months, especially from unlearning no new friends. If
Mhm.
I didn't have no any new friends, I would not know Elle. I would not
Mhm.
know Brian,
Yeah.
right? And so I think the important thing to focus on when we talk about new friends is what type of new friends are we bringing into our circle?
Right.
What type of energy are they exuding? What type of things are they into? How can we sharpen each other, right? So absolutely open yourself up to new friends, because
Mhm.
that could be the thing that's blocking you from not getting to where you want to be in
You
life.
better say it.
You need that new friend. You just sometimes don't know that you need that new friend. So
Mhm.
don't spite yourself by cutting off your nose to spite your face, okay? And last, I want to just say that I hear you saying a lot about how Tim meets people in a room when he's speaking to them about what he's passionate about. And that just makes me so much more excited that we're going to do this in person, because
Mhm.
as an SEL person who talks about how social emotional learning, how we communicate, etc., is a huge factor in how we take in information, how we take in growth, etc. I just love being in spaces where people understand, like, I'm hearing love, I'm hearing and being
Mhm.
passionate about something. And when you are really coming from a good space and place with things, of course you're going to draw people in. Of
Yes.
course, people are going to feel that authenticity. They're going to know that everything you're telling them is for their betterment. So
Mhm.
I am so excited to just take in space, to share in space with Tim. I'm so excited from the things I know I'm going to learn and take away from that conversation. And I'm so excited for what you all are going to know and learn and take away from that
Mhm.
conversation. And just to hear more about him and his story and all the work he's doing. So just thank
Yeah.
you, Tim. Shout out to you for today, for tomorrow,
Yes.
and when we see you in the future.
Yes. Well, that's a wrap, guys. We just wanted to come on and give a little quick little podcast to let you guys know we're here. We had a little technical difficulty, but we're gonna come back better and stronger in the next 2 weeks. So you guys have a great Saturday. Sante, enjoy your anniversary weekend, my love. And
Thank
we will see you
you.
guys in 2 weeks.
See
Peace
you in
out.
2 weeks. Y'all stay healthy and safe out there. Until next time.
Yes.
Bye,
Peace.
y'all.